Hello everybody. Now, I was sitting here wondering, hey David, didn't you already stream Legacy of Kain Defiance? Answer, yes I did. But that was the PS2 port, where I kind of just bitched and moaned about the camera the entire time. This is the remaster. It's come out a couple months ago. And, well, they made a lot of changes. I still have the same issues of combat, with it getting a little bit repetitive. But a lot of the other stuff they did fix. For example, one thing they fixed is your recharge meter does not drain nearly as quick. The way it was before, as soon as you finish a combat encounter, it just went whoosh, gone. But now, the meter drains very, very slow. And more often than not, you can actually still have a decent amount of charge in your next combat encounter. Which is nice, because one of the benefits of having the recharge, if you don't want to use a spell, is increased damage or other bonus effects. But anyway, it's oh, and obviously big thing, the camera. That is a huge change. Anyway, let's play. Gonna give a heads up, I'm gonna use cheats for some of the stuff, because I have everything in the game.
Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny, what was a king to do? But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars.
I could listen to that man read a phone book. Ooh, Raziel, actually. Oh, shit, I gotta change it. Okay, I can't do it in the cutscene. Kain's gonna look a little different here for a second. I gotta fix that.
And so I returned to the sanctuary of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate. Impossible for any man.
Human, normal.
Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobius, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area already.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that group with fire, and their souls now rest.
Lord Mobius will be pleased.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood.
Okay, so I'm just gonna fix a couple things really quick. As you can see, Kain is not looking himself lately. So, in this game they added more and more tomes for you to find. As you can see, I have them all. There's the original 20 from the base game, and then they added in 20 more, 10 each for. Wait. Yeah, 10 each more for both Kain and Raziel, and unlocking the tomes unlocks skins. And I actually just had an update recently where they added more skins. I'm just gonna put everyone at their default, but yeah, for shits and giggles. Here they are. Petty Nobleman, his human self. PS1 graphics. Soul Reaver Remaster. The default. I think that's supposed to be Soul Reaver 2. Oh wait, no, that's supposed to be like yeah, it's supposed to be the part of the Ascendance pack before. Yeah. That's from a cut design. That's supposed to be based off the Scion and Balance you see on all the artwork, like the murals. Oh yeah, someone else gave him wings. Anyway. Him going between, well, I guess, human and Soul Reaver 1, then Blood Omen 2. Blood Omen 1. Okay, so I gotta change the weapon as well. They actually also have weapon skins, which is kind of neat. Oh, here's Raziel's skins. His vampire self from the fuck, I can't form words today. From the FFB cutscene you just saw. Him being seen as the Hilden. Him being seen as the Messiah. This is Shifter Reborn. This is really neat. So Soul Reaver was gonna be a different game altogether, called Shifter, and this was like one of the old artwork designs. It's human self or Ascendance again. Default for this one. Soul Reaver 1-2 remaster. Not really that much different, a little more detail. PS1. Another one from one of his concept designs. Oh, whoops. Another one from one of his concept designs. Yeah, it's all pretty neat. Fix their weapons too. Yeah, because they actually gave you a bunch of weapon skins as well. Alright, that's the basic one. Apparently that's Raziel's sword when he was a vampire. I only ever saw it in like a toy or something like that. Oh, that's supposed to be... Okay, everything's good to go. Oh, a couple more things. I'm just gonna do this just so. I'm gonna turn that on, but I'm not gonna like spam it. Because again, I still have the issues with the straight up story. Not gonna be that much different from what I did before, but fuck, I'm an idiot. But yeah, it's so much nicer not having to... And you can toggle it. I don't know why you'd want to. Okay, actually, there are two instances where I would turn on the old camera, because it's just easier. that one was with the Tyrell fight, and then the last one with the Elder God. Spoilers for a 23-year-old game. Okay, can't go that way. Also, you could actually... Okay, yeah. That is something else nice, because I kept getting lost last time.
From time to time, it is necessary to feed. And the unusual event of a feast prepared by the Sarafan must be savored.
I don't know why, but he kind of crossed out there for a second.
What was that? The touch of water is like acid to a vampire. I had to find another way to pass.
So yeah, came out a few months ago. Should have played it then, but I literally had played it like non-stop when it came out, so kind of wanted to take a break. Like, again, just me being my little completionist self. Got all the achievements. Actually got a couple before they actually patched the one game out, because I don't know how you get the one. Because apparently the old cheat still worked.
This passage undoubtedly led to the Time Streamer. My prey was nearly in my grasp. But the door had been sealed by a blessed barrier. As I approached, the Reaver resonated in response. Perhaps its dark sorcery could dispel these holy barriers.
I don't know why, it just looks much bigger. Like he's got a bigger dome. But yeah, just had complete. For fuck's sake. But yeah, I just completed this like a bunch. So took a break from it. And then Ascendance came out. And I did stream the game, but I had to remove it afterward because I saw there was a copyright put on it. Because the music was done by a band called Cell Dweller. I was not impressed by the game. I'll just say that. Oh! Didn't know I could do this. Played this game several times and was not aware I could do that. Only found out because there's an achievement connected to it. Anyway.
Locked. What a love of doors these pathetic humans have. This emblem was unmistakably of vampire origin and designed to enhance the Reaver's power. But this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm!
Vampire!
Don't let him escape!
Surround him! Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it would be a lie.
Here, let me go ahead and turn off the hints stuff. There we go. Victus. Yeah, it feels so much better.
This barrier had a curious resonating effect on the Reaver.
Just gonna ignore these guys because I can. I just love that idea, like the vampire using telekinesis to drink blood. You don't see that. Actually, it's the only game I see.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an unusual key. Somehow, I would find it.
Off you go. Yeah, I'm not doing this, because no point. It's just a tutorial. Ladies. Yeah, this is a palette cleanser. Like, with the release of Ascendance, like I said, I streamed it, but I had to remove it because of the copyrighted music, and I just said there was no action being taken, but it's just, I'm not taking a chance. I don't have any interest in playing it again. I got everything done in like one run. Supposedly rumors that they're gonna try something else in the series. I hope that is the case. It's series works. Sick bitch, man. Oops. That is so handy, because especially the old camera was just very easy to get turned around, and even here a little bit, but it's nothing near. Hello, gentlemen. So good. You. Oh, is that not gonna... He was never there. Wee. I'm soaring like a candy wrapper in an updraft. Nope, nope, I don't want to jump that way. Someone's here.
Yes, I understand. It will be done. The stage is set. You needn't linger in the shadows, Kain. It has been a long time, hasn't it?
No banter, Mobius. You know why I'm here.
Yes, Raziel. You sought to introduce your own pawn into this game, and now he's been swept from the board.
By your hand, I suspect. Where is he?
Perhaps you should ask, when? How humiliating it must be for you to come begging at my doorstep for answers.
Enough wordplay.
Don't threaten me, Kain. You see, I have the upper hand. How remarkable that the great Kain should succumb to the scepter's power like any common vampire. Still so arrogant after all these years, thinking you've devised some brilliant plan. You know nothing. You have read the signs, but missed their meaning. You believe you are that myth of vampire prophecy, the scion of balance, and that Raziel holds the key to fulfilling your destiny. But your messianic delusions have blinded you to Raziel's true nature. You have no idea what you've unleashed. There was a time when you might have heeded wise counsel when it was offered. Now, your vanity has made you witless. You will have to learn the truth for yourself. You'll be needing this. Your strength will return after I have departed. But by then, you will have more urgent concerns than pursuing me. Perhaps, when we next meet, you will have learned a little humility.
So does Seg need to be on that staff, or is it just for show?
These strange creatures seem to manifest from the very shadows. Mobius's attempt at stopping me was not one of his better efforts. When I found him, it would be my turn to offer a few surprises.
There's your boy.
Surrender, Raziel. Abandon this petty rebellion. It was I who made you. Your life had played out, and in my grace, I spared you. You are my Reaper of Souls. You have no other purpose, no higher destiny. Just this. Accept your calling, Raziel. Let go of these vain hopes. Relinquish your will, and feed.
No.
What do you profit from this defiance?
There's some grim satisfaction in infuriating you.
My patience is eternal, Raziel. How many eons can you bear to languish here? The wheel of fate must turn. All are redeemed in the cleansing agony of birth, death, and rebirth. This is the engine of life, the purifying rhythm of the universe, to which all souls are irresistibly drawn. Yours is a necessary and noble function, Raziel.
Enough of your sermonizing. Are you trying to bore me into submission? Why must this game go on? We both know what you are. You are no better than the vampires you so despise. A voracious parasite, cloaking its appetite in a shroud of righteousness. I refuse to do your will.
I can see into your heart, Raziel. It is not your will, but cowardice that keeps you here.
How so?
You know what fate awaits you when you leave the underworld. That phantom weapon you bear is a constant reminder, isn't it? The sword is waiting for you out there somewhere, and you tarry so as not to meet it.
I could not deny it. As long as I lingered here, defying my captor, I was able to postpone what I feared was my inevitable doom. To become the ravenous spirit imprisoned in the Reaver Blade. But that sentence was no worse than the stalemate I now endured. Better to face one's destiny than cower from it.
Harvester of souls, I created you. And to this function, my angel of death, you will return.
Enough. Yes, I submit.
Very good. Indulge your hunger. Yes, embrace your calling, Raziel. You will find that just as defiance has its price, so obedience has its rewards.
And submission is not always what it seems.
I was wondering, did he say that part out loud, or am I just gonna do this like I did with Kain? Because, again, I'm not going out of my way to, find everything. There we go. Yeah, I've always kind of wondered, it's like, oh, it's... Submission's all I already see. It's like, he's standing right there. Like, the other guy's right there. Did he hear you say that, or were you thinking that? God, the music around here is creepy. Shame we don't get to see more of the underworld.
Below me swirled an ominous-looking mist. I knew that if I fell, it would mean my peril.
Then again, there wasn't a lot of it in the first game, and then in the second game it was more or less non-existent. Other than going to the spectral room.
Do you believe your worthiness is so easily proved? Your way is sealed until you have offered further evidence of your obedience.
I must feed you before I depart this place.
You must feed yourself, Raziel.
The wheel must turn.
Ah, now you understand.
It's a shame we didn't get to hear more of Tony J's dulcet tones throughout this game. Just, like, really only at the start and near the end. Or at the end, basically. Yeah, well. Oh, back this way. God, this place is creepy.
You may go, but remember, you are mine. You can no more escape from me than you can escape yourself.
Yeah, right. Quick, Jim, get on the drums.
You want this room cleared of its vermin.
If you wish to leave it,
Your will be done.
my good servant.
Oop. You bastard. No.
You see? Obedience brings prompt rewards.
Eh.
Where do you think you're going, little soul?
Only place I can go, man.
You can't escape. Raziel.
Oh boy.
Clever, Raziel. Clever indeed. I've endured your game long enough.
Da, 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 da.
Clearly my escape had not been anticipated, or my benevolent master would not have expended such efforts to prevent me from going. And if my departure displeased him, then that was a victory, however small, for me.
Hey.
In the spectral realm, water is as thin as air, putting this opening far beyond my reach. But once I found my way into the physical world, I might be able to swim up there.
I don't know what it really was. For a second, I thought the sound was really weird in my headphones.
This door would only open when fitted with an appropriate artifact. But to use such an object, I would first have to find a way back into the material realm.
Alright, so like I said it before when I did the PS2 port of this game, that was my one issue with the Spectral Realm. Yeah, you had to use the Spectral Realm to traverse puzzles. It didn't feel as much in Soul Reaver 2. But in this one, it was like, I don't know, it seems like every transition, just a lot of them just seemed unnecessary. It's like, okay, you need to go Spectral Realm. Okay, you're in front of this gate. You need... Oh, okay, you're in front of a great gate. You need to go Spectral Realm. Oh, now you need to become physical again.
At
Right,
last,
now that
I
you jumped this
discovered a
pillar, you need to go
conduit into the
Spectral.
material
You'll see.
realm. I would finally escape the spirit world and take one step farther from my tormentor.
Did you think to receive the same favors after your rebellion as before? No, Raziel. I have no need for you to enter the physical world, so no conduit will be granted. You serve me adequately as a wraith, and a wraith you will remain.
So, my restraints had not been removed, only loosened. I would not be held prisoner in the spectral realm. There had to be another way.
Actually, now that I think about it, there was an achievement called Not By Choice for shifting 50 times between realms, and yeah, you well exceed that by the end of the game. But yeah, there was just a lot of shifts that were unnecessary. It's like, okay, you're in front of these bars, go Spectral. Alright, now you're out of these bars, you gotta go physical so you can get on the pillar. Cool, now that you jumped on the pillar, you gotta go Spectral again. It's like, why not just keep me in the Spectral realm? Yeah, like I said, it's a lot of minor nitpicks got fixed.
As I emerged, I was granted a vision of what I would become if I did not escape the spectral realm. For these too were agents of my master, hunting the lost souls that struggled to escape the endless twilight of the underworld.
These guys are so annoying to fight because they're just hanging near the entire time.
My master's plan for me was ominously clear. Like these mindless hunters, I existed only to fuel him with souls, siphoning their energy to feed him and his wheel of fate. I had to break these bonds, while I still possessed my own will.
He looks so sinewy. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Okay, no, pause. Be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Lights, oink, scoop, let's go, smileys everywhere!
This artifact seemed as though it was made for that unusual lock. Now the door could be opened.
So yeah, original camera, new camera. You have full control. Seems like a good way to dull the blade. Like good. Okay. Don't ask. Are you alive? Hungry. What if I should play Blood Omen 2, 1 and 2? Yeah. Blood Omen 1 might not be that interesting to watch. It's like a top-down perspective game, but there's a lot of menu switching for like weapons and stuff. And like the weapons just kind of lag out. Blood Omen 2, it's... well, it was the worst rated... it originally was the worst rated game in the series. That's... the title's been taken from it. Where'd it go? There we go. There, wolf. There, castle. Son of a bitch. That's neat. The one that was missing before is still missing.
Malik, the great Sarafan warrior. I had met him before. His sword and shield seemed to have gone astray.
Which is weird, because he didn't use a sword and shield, he used a glaive. I think that's what that's called. So these guys don't have halberds. His was like, got like a mini, like a blade on the end. Kind of like a little sword. that like the gate went up, but you could see it go through the wall. Just one of those one of those reasons for the fixed camera to hide little things like that, I guess. They're here. You bastard. You rat bastard. You buffing rat bastard. Come on, Kain, say the line. Alright, this way.
Tell me, where can I find your master? Quickly, Mobius is...
In the tower.
Good.
I was in his face for a second there. He had like Popeye syndrome. Hey, tell me, was your master? How did I not notice some of these? King's blood and the shit out of you. Oh, he did say the line. Why was it so quiet, though? You just shouts it from the rooftops. Yay, Victus! Why'd you whisper it, man? Alright, right there. Definitely, combat's definitely like, I saw what Devil May Cry 1 was doing, and then wanted to do that, which, I don't mind. Devil May Cry's got an interesting combat style. I was never good at it. This is going to be considered a cardinal sin, but the only Devil May Cry I fully played through was that DMC Devil May Cry. Played a little bit of 3 and a little bit of 4. Yeah, just gonna let that hang there for a bit. Like, I like the series. I think Dante's a cool character and all that. I like that and stuff. Just never one of those games I just got around playing. Only ever had the one for PS3. I find it hilarious in that game. They were trying to change Dante up so much. It's like, oh, we don't care what people think. We're doing our own thing. And then everyone pointed out he looked like a crack addict in the original trailer. It's like they changed the way he looked.
Malik's missing shield. I hated to restore his dignity, but I would need to return this to his monument before I could progress.
You got brain. You need smart. What am I said? this way. Swear to God, if you look. Well, sorry, gentlemen. I got places to be. Oop. Above me. There. Those bugs. Oh, there's one behind me. Alright, here's the sword.
Malek's sword belonged in his right hand. However distasteful this errand was, I would return it to its proper place.
It's only got 3 fingers on the statue. Hello, gentlemen. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there it goes. He said it a little louder that time. I don't remember him whispering back this way. I'm seeing people saying like something about this game getting like Souls-like combat with it. I'm not sure how well it works. Combat is some of the focus in these games.
The way to the tower now lay open before me. I looked forward to finding Mobius and resuming our conversation.
But this is definitely the best it's ever been. No. No. Saw that coming. I think we all did. I didn't do it. Here it is. Just... Oh, okay, that's... okay. Okay, something the latest patch added was like a bunch of different weapon skins. And several of them I'm kind of like, okay, some of these look familiar, but can't quite place it, or it's like, what is this a reference to? That didn't look right. Fucking Resident Evil ass logs.
Curious. This artifact, joined with the relic I discovered earlier, appeared to be but one fragment of a larger emblem. This shard was endowed with elemental fire, enhancing both the Reaver and my telekinetic powers.
Neat. I like that all the different element reapers get like their own sound effect. Oops. So, one of the new journals they added was on one of these ledges up there, and it was such a pain in the ass to get. Like, the video I watched was like, oh, I got it first try, what's the problem? It's like, yeah, fuck you. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Yeah, that's me to say. I just want to see, like, some of these guides and just be like, here's the hours of screw-ups you don't see. Oop. Ah, fuck. I'm good at platformers, I'm good at platformers. See, I told you I was good.
Here you are at last. I see you found a fragment of the balance emblem. This will be of even further use to you, if you can find the other three. Now, shall we?
Yes. Let us continue our conversation, but on a somewhat different footing. Now, what do you have to tell me, Mobius?
You cannot kill me. We both know that this is not how or when I die.
Death is not the only possible outcome.
Your delusions of fulfilling the vampire's foolish prophecies have badly distorted your judgment. And Raziel is not what you think.
You dare imagine what I think.
So, you prevented Raziel's soul from entering the Reaver. Do you believe for a moment that by this you have averted your fate? Or his? Or that of Nosgoth itself? Your manipulations are pathetic.
Yet Raziel retains his free will, and that's what frightens you, isn't it, Mobius? You cannot see his path, and so you cannot control it.
And neither can you. Yes, Raziel is shrouded from us, but we see the ripples of his potential actions, and every path he might choose leads to the same outcome. He will kill you, Kain. In sparing Raziel, you have written your own death sentence.
You still have not answered the question I came to ask. Where is Raziel?
He is not, in a true sense, here. Not now.
Don't try my patience, Mobius. What have you done with him?
He is contained. In time, it may be safe to release him. His destiny must be completed. He will enter the sword. But until that time, he is dangerous. Far more dangerous than you could understand.
And your incontrovertible evidence?
The answers are plain, if you know where to look. Go west of the pillars. There you will find a testament, written in stone.
But stones, too, can lie. The pillars of Nosgoth stood pristine against the horizon. To the west, I would find the enlightenment Mobius felt I lacked.
Stretch. Fucking weird-ass Canadian weather. It's cold in here.
There had to be a way to escape the spirit world without the help my master was pleased to deny me. Only in the material realm would I have a chance to seek my destiny, or change it.
This way. Alright. Oh man, I'm playing with the pot leaves. Yeah, it really does look like pot leaves, doesn't it? The roll up, guys. I don't know how you're gonna smoke it, but Raziel, have you tried some of this dank kush?
In this crypt, I discovered ethereal gases rising from the moldering corpse within. As I neared, I felt a distinct spiritual pull, and the closer I approached, the more that pull intensified.
Just gonna enter a dude, no homo.
In the end, it was not difficult. I projected myself down into that tomb and found myself reborn into the material world. It was a loathsome vessel, but with an effort of will, that too could change. These gargoyles quickened as I drew near, triggering the door to close. I would need to find some means of approaching the door without being observed.
So I remember one of the original ideas was, they weren't gonna... Okay, so like Raziel, he got 4 Reaver elements in the previous game. I think the original idea was he's gonna still have those. You just have to re-earn the new ones, but a lot of ideas had to get scrapped, so they got rid of. You had to re-earn the elements, and then they just simplified a lot of the fortresses. Like I played through some of the lost levels, and some of the designs are like pretty neat. Like the water temple is really elaborate. So like less temples, but more design.
I tell you, the pillars are haunted.
Haunted?
I heard a woman's voice talking and moaning, and there was no one there.
How many vampires have you killed? And you can't face down one ghost?
I knew who these were. Vampire hunters, scouring the countryside, destroying what had once been my kind.
My God, what is that? A vampire or a demon?
Where?
Here.
Get him!
Quickly! No mercy.
If you insist.
These were Mobius's hunters, mercenaries enlisted in his crusade to exterminate the vampires. His insignia was unmistakable. But this meant I'd been captive in the underworld for centuries. I had lost 500 years.
The sexy Raziel pose.
Then I knew what ghost it was that haunted the pillars. Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balance Guardian. Perhaps she could provide the answers I sought. But first I would have to find a way out of this cemetery. This temple's facade hinted at some ancient vampire origin, for it bore the sign of the Reaver and was marked with the elemental symbol of light. The mystery of the Reaver might be answered within, but this edifice was too high for me to reach.
Back this way.
Raziel, fallen hero, renegade and traitor. What is this? How do you know me? Raziel, what are you? Why should they know your name? You are nothing.
It seemed my method of entering the physical realm was not altogether original. But where had these beings come from?
Whoa. Ornamental shield. I can't say shit. There we go. Making my way downtown, walking faster. Okay, so here's gonna be one of my examples of, like, in a second, the unnecessary realm shifts. Okay, so I got a realm shift here. Okay, maybe this isn't as bad of an example, but okay, so the example I'll give of, like, unnecessary realm shifts, just like shift again, shift again.
This edifice, marked with the elemental light symbol, was clearly much older than the ruins in the rest of the cemetery. The door was far too high to reach, and to open it, it seemed the Reaver would need to be imbued with the power of darkness. Clearly, I had more to accomplish before I could discover what lay within.
But yeah, it's like a shift, like, where a lot of just seemed unnecessary. There was one example of that in the original Soul Reaver there, but it was only in one spot in this castle, and they were, like, right next to each other. rip the soul out like that. Oop, I looked. Raziel's TK abilities are pretty basic. No, go play. I wanna look at something. Oh cool, it even changes color on the thing, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so for context, this is supposed to be based off the Soul Reaver from the original ending of Soul Reaver. First one, you're supposed to kill Kain, and then, oh, okay. Okay, here's an example of the shifting being Like, there's literally a reason you couldn't have just made the platform a little taller so I could make the jump. But anyway, in the original end of Soul Reaver, you were supposed to kill Kain, and you would get the Kain Reaver after absorbing the soul, which would be read like this. And then you would go and wipe out the vampires.
As I stepped through, I felt a sense of displacement, as some arcane sorcery transported me away. This was clearly some ancient ruin of a vampire civilization. Perhaps here I would finally decipher the riddle of my destiny. Throughout these ruins, I found murals depicting the seminal events of vampire history. These scenes commemorated a great war between the ancient vampires and their rivals. In triumph, they banished their adversaries from the world and raised the pillars as the lock that binds them. The image of the Reaver was inscribed throughout this place, always depicted with reverence. The vampire's holy weapon was destined to be borne by their prophesied hero, for whom it was forged. But if this was my destiny, why had the Reaver tried to consume me?
So, in the original Soul Reaver, kind of like what you do in this game, where you get all the elemental Reavers. The original idea was you had all the different elemental lists, and then you had all the different variations of the Reavers that matched it. And then once you beat Kain the second time, he goes to his retreat, which you needed all of the elemental Reaver keys to open, and that you would use throughout his fight.
This scene depicted
scrapped.
the appointment of the original vampire guardians, each summoned to serve when the pillars were raised. Each guardian is aligned to the principle of the pillar he serves, and the balance guardian is the axis of them all.
Neat. Let's join the dog. Oh, they're up there. Alright, I gotta swap them back. I wonder. Such a dire fate, their souls commingling, fettered, unturned. Mrs. Kain's refusal at the pillars bound them together, introduced before. Non-default skins, maybe. Let's take a look at these. Like, that's supposed to be like the Spirit Reaver. And then that was supposed to be like the Sound Reaver. It's like the last couple ones that survived in the game's original Soul Reaver 1's games files. Oh, that's... So... There's a cheat for Kain that gives him the tube. It replaces the Soul Reaver with the tube. But, you didn't get anything like that for Raziel, so they gave him something. Freeze! Tentacles!
At last it was done. The Reaver was forged with darkness. As I felt this new power coursing within the Wraithblade, I knew that now the Light Temple would open to me.
Poke. Alright. Where we go? Something I like too is the different elemental reavers. They all have their own different effects once you have.
At last I had the means to confound those gargoyles in the mausoleum and discover what lay behind that mysterious door.
Oh, righty then. Yeah, you see me? Yeah, you don't. Oh yeah, I need to. Did you find something, Raziel? Over there. Alright, back to the mausoleum. Here's another example of unnecessary realm shifting. Yeah, you had one puzzle like this in Emerald Souls, like they do it over and over in this one.
Against all odds, I had stumbled into Kain's own mausoleum. This seemed an unlikely coincidence.
Okay, I just want to check something quick. Okay, yeah, I thought so. He looks vampiric right there, doesn't he? Yeah, he's got the fangs, he's got the eyes. Hair's all white. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's... Okay, I never noticed that before, okay. Unless that's unique. Hang on. Indulge me for a minute. Okay, yeah, they did do that. Okay. I never noticed that. I just sound like a broken record right now, but yeah, I generally never noticed that detail. It's kinda neat. I've played through this game several times, and that's the first time I've actually seen that. Or noticed, I mean. Okay, that's supposed to be like a statue. Can I just want to check this. Okay, no, just the painting. Spooks, I do, spooks, I do, I do. Good Lord, how many are there? Okay, just happened just now. Do I gotta pull that back up a little bit? I might. Oh no. Okay, that's an example of these things. I'm gonna steal the egg. Bam.
Again, I experienced that odd sense of displacement as I was transported to the vampire ruin once more. But this chamber was different than the first.
I always wondered if they invented teleportation technology, like how would it feel to be teleported?
In their defeat, the vampire's enemy retaliated with a terrible curse, afflicting the vampires with a bloodthirst that turned their once noble race into ravenous predators. This curse plunged the vampires into despair and apparently drove many to madness and self-annihilation. What was it that so devastated them that they were driven to suicide?
I always like that, the interesting take on vampires in this game, where it's like it was just the name of their race. It was someone else that made them the way they were. Which yeah, you can argue that with like the original vampire curse and all that, but it's just like yeah. Even just the fact they look different, like they were no looking. Where's the body? Boy. No, seriously, where's... So, I'm pretty sure... I'm gonna turn me back normal. Is right where that pod is, because I don't remember that being there. Shit. Let me do a little bit of Googling, because I'm pretty sure that pot was not there before. Okay, that was correct. Oh my god. Okay, so... Alright then, I think they did something in an update. Okay, you know what? Even looking at the symbol right there for the Reaver right now, even that doesn't look right. I think they might have messed something up. A couple graphical bugs.
I had succeeded. The Reaver was forged with the power of light, and now my way was clear. I would seek out Ariel at the pillars and see if she could enlighten me.
Pieces off, man. I like this Taco Bell nacho cheese dip yesterday. It's not as good as the regular Tostitos nacho cheese dip. Not as creamy. Like it's more thick. just keep me in? Why not just have made that gate open up? It's not nearly as pronounced.
I have the means now to depart the cemetery. I only needed to find the gate that would send me on my way.
Yeah, of course. Okay, still as it looks, it does kind of feel like jumping's making me go faster. Or maybe it's just a placebo.
An ancient gate, sealed by the powers of light and darkness, barred the way to the pillars beyond. To depart this place and continue my journey, I would have to find the means to open it. At last, the gate yielded to the powers of light and darkness with which the Reaver had been forged. The way to the pillars was open.
And away I go. No clue why the Reaver spell over fire makes everyone kick each other's ass.
How strange to see this place long before my birth. Centuries before the corruption set in that would poison the land and put me on the treacherous path I still followed. In the future, These edifices would be condemned to darkness and decay. I would cause their fall and build my empire upon their ruins. Was it still possible that with the right knowledge, the right moves, I might one day see Nosgoth restored, the pillars pure once more? My answer, according to Mobius, lay somewhere to the west of this place. I could restore the world, perhaps, but never again could I give Nosgoth back her innocence.
That's kind of what I like about Kain. It's like, yeah, he's not outright a hero, but she's a pretty selfish character, but he does want to help Nosgoth. He does want to fulfill his role as balance guardian, but he doesn't want the idea that he's killed someone. Kill off the last remaining vampires. He knows there has to be another way. What's he gonna do? Good night, sweet prince.
My path ended here, offering only this empty vista. Was this another of Mobius's little jokes? Or a puzzle for which I had not yet found the answer?
It's a puzzle. Definitely dead. This way. I just watched those guys fade into existence. Yeah, hang on a second, gentlemen. go. Oh, fuck. There, another piece of the emblem.
Another fragment of the balance emblem. This one endowed with the properties of dimension. Perhaps this would reveal the mystery that lay west of the pillars, if Mobius spoke the truth, and there was indeed something there to find.
Oh, it's like this one visually. I like that green and blue. Plus the effect is neat. Impact is just nice. What's the bonus effect on it again? Some of them is like more damage.
Dimension.
Yeah, more damage.
Flame.
Extra fire damage.
Get him!
Got a buddy in the background. Oh, he's coming in. Just gonna say, like, maybe if I stay over here, this will blow over. Yummy. They're gonna be up there again.
mist that shrouded this lake miraculously now cleared away, revealing an ancient citadel. So Mobius had not lied. Or perhaps this was simply another of the time streamer's illusions meant to slow my true endeavor.
Alright, that's end of chapter 5. I think...
The
I think I'll leave it.
vampire hunters break.
I think I'll leave it there for today. Thank you for everyone for joining. Hope you have a good time.